folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Accept others the way they are. This is a pretty cool card, actually. You cannot change other people. To try to change them to fit what you want them to be is like trying to change a dog into a cat or a cat into a horse. They are what they are, and you are what you are. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up, closed up 56. NASDAQ up 34. S&P's up 9.5. Gold contract down $4.10, trading at $12.4430 an ounce. Silver down 7 cents, $15.75 an ounce. Oil up 60 cents, trading $58.05 a barrel. Notes. 10-year note down one tick, 124.07. 30-year bond down, up 3 rather, 152.31. King dollar up 81 ticks, 93.570. The euro is at 117.5 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is at 113.5 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. Let's go to our man John in Colorado. We've been talking about the TVIX. Hi, John. Thanks for holding, man.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you. I was able to get it filled and got out of the position during the break. So
that's awesome. Okay, so we were talking before that. He had the TVIX. Bottom line is you need volatility, for this thing to go higher. We said, hey, listen, man, it's only a day trade anyway. And what you have, folks, is that what I was talking about is that you have the Fed meeting starts tomorrow. You have the announcement on Tuesday at 2 o'clock, and then you have a press conference at 2:30. So what I expect is that, particularly because when you look at this S&P, the bottom line, the higher the S&P goes, the lower the TVIX will go. And, they all closed at highs out here today. That was the first part. Then the second part we were getting into was the aspect of that I think volatility is going to come in the marketplace, and it has to do with, not only just the Fed, it's going to have to do with the tax bill. And this is why. So check this out, folks. None of us know exactly what's in the tax bill yet, including the senators and congressmen that are voting on it, right? But this much has come out. Well, there's a lot that's come out, but this part of what has just come out today gets really intriguing, and this is what it is. So what you have is that you have the large tech companies that have huge amounts of money overseas, right? Well, the understanding that seemed to be out there prior to this is that the tech companies, would have, a choice whether they want to bring the money back or not, to repatriate it, right? Well, guess what? No, there's not a choice. What's going on inside this tax bill is that whether they bring the money back or not, they're going to get taxed. That's the first part. The second part is actually more intense, and this is what it is. And these bills, man, when it's hard to even comprehend how sneaky some of these people are when they actually make them. So inside the tax bill, this is what has happened. So the definition of cash is basically undefined. What the Treasury is saying at this particular point, the Treasury is saying that cash is going to be not only bonds and commercial paper, but also CDs, and here's the kicker, inside of that, actively traded personal property, and where the fight's going to be is that, does that mean patents also? So if that's the case, what you're going to see is that this is a way that the Treasury has decided that they're not going to give the aspect whether they can bring it back or not. So you got to bring it back. You have 8 years you can pay it off. That's not a big deal. What is a big deal, though, is the aspect of what is the asset. What is the asset that's overseas? Okay, so there's going to be, we're going to have plenty of money in the Treasury. That's the bottom line. But I suspect what's also going to happen is that that's going to throw some volatility into the marketplace, because I don't know if they all decided that at the exact same time they were going to pay their 14% tax. You know what I'm saying? You know, so we'll see how that shakes out. One of the other largest part that's in there. So normally what happens is this: if you do business overseas and you pay tax overseas, right? What happens is that you can get a credit for your U.S. tax. Well, they got rid of that also. So what's happening is that they are not going to be able to take the credit for the amount of cash that they already paid overseas. So it looks to me like it's not going to be quite what, you know, a lot of these companies thought they're going to have, you know, in their hand. So I think that's going to also, not just this part of it, as we see exactly what's in this bill, and I think the way that they're going to try to do this thing is, you know, go to conference by the end of this week, and we'll see what's in it. And there's going to be winners and losers here. That's my point more than anything, John. And then you're going to get some volatility.
So with respect to this instrument, then need to let things shake out and see where things fall.
Yeah, totally, man. Totally. Yeah.
I don't think many people are going to be doing their tax returns on a postcard.
Oh, no, that's not even close. Yeah, because what will happen, which I didn't bring up, what will definitely happen, you can imagine all these large companies are very good at, you know, not paying, well, paying the least amount of tax possible, and you can't blame them, okay? But they're very busy right now, particularly, I'd say, because of the aspect of the patent deals are going to be a big deal. I suspect that's going to go to court. You know what I mean? Because the patents are worth a fortune. So if they have to pay tax on the patent, that means that no one was expecting that. You know what I mean? Because that's like, okay, what is the patent worth for, let's say, Apple's streaming? Who knows, right? Do you know what I mean? But guess what? We do know, because somewhere on their balance sheet it's on there. You know, so that throws a whole different. That's certainly not cash. That's not cash to me. But guess what? It's cash inside this tax bill. You know, so.
Tom, thanks so much. You have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
You too, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
You too. Also.
Thank you.
Bye.
You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Dow Industrials finished up 56, NASDAQ up 34, S&P's up 10.5. We're coming right back.